Welcome to episode 2 in our series of Things American Parents Do That Would Shock the Rest of the World. Each country has its own unique customs, cultures and traditions, so things that might seem quite normal to some might appear very odd to another. This includes how we bring up our children.
As we stated in our first episode, Americans, please do not be offended. This video isn't meant to judge anyone. Being a parent is the most difficult job in the world. And believe me, I know.
Sorry.
We are fascinated that some of your childcare traditions are just a little different from those in the rest of the world.
In our first episode, we discussed gender reveal parties, parental leave, baby showers, and disposable diapers. This time we talk about American mothers feeling like they have to do it all: paid babysitters and childcare, premium preschool or kindergarten programs, overstimulating young children, and huge spending on toys and children's birthday parties.
American mothers typically feel like they have to do it all and have it all. They want to be a successful career woman whilst being a present mother and the perfect wife. This difficult balancing act puts a lot of pressure and added stress on the woman. They can end up feeling exhausted and burnt out.
For that reason, women in other countries don't burden themselves by feeling like they have to do it all. Firstly, they don't always measure their self-worth by how much they achieve in their work life as much as people do in the US. Working fewer hours, taking the time to look after themselves and be part of the community seem to be more the norm than the exception.
Moving on from that, American moms tend to rely heavily on paid babysitters and childcare. In many parts of the world, parents with young children tend to have relatives living close by who are more than keen to help out with babysitting duties. This also helps to relieve the huge financial burden of childcare costs.
Mum, how did you juggle work and family life?
I was very fortunate that I was self-employed and could work my hours to suit family life. I was also extremely lucky that I had close family living nearby who were more than willing to help out with the childcare.
I know friends who pay an extortionate amount for childcare in both the US and the UK. Many mothers feel like they have to work more hours in order to contribute to the family finances and do not have a choice.
Some American parents go to great lengths to ensure their children get into premium programs at preschool or kindergarten from the age of 2. This kind of pressure seems rather over the top and unnecessary to parents from many other parts of the world.
Some claim that American parents feel like their young children need to be mentally stimulated for most of the day in order to learn and develop at a good rate. In general, European parents tend to be more relaxed about their parenting approach.
The average American child receives more than $6,500 worth of toys before they reach their teenage years, according to recent research commissioned by the Toy Industry Association. This equates to an average spend of $581 a year. 1 in 10 homes owned more than a staggering 200 toys.
Statistics show that the UK is on par with this, but there are many countries who spend far less than this, either because they cannot afford to do so or because they prefer to concentrate on less material means. On a more positive aspect, the research found that even with all the money spent on toys each year, 81% of parents repurpose their children's toys.
As mentioned in our first episode of the series, Americans often host extravagant over-the-top parties, and this is very evident with their children's birthday parties. They can spend hundreds or even thousands of dollars on a single event. Traditions elsewhere are a lot less elaborate and revolve more around family and food than fancy decor and gifts. Countries such as Denmark and New Zealand tend to keep things simple.
I fondly remember mine and my sister Katie's birthday parties from childhood. Oftentimes our whole class would attend.
It was difficult to exclude certain children, particularly if your child received an invitation from them to attend their party. Consequently, it was expensive to host and also expensive for your child to attend others' parties because you'd have to buy a decent present virtually every week.
In addition to friends' parties, we would often have family parties at home with grandparents, aunties, uncles, and cousins in attendance. These were lovely family occasions.
We have actually got more material for further episodes of things that American parents do that would shock the rest of the world.
If you'd like to suggest a topic for our next episode, then please comment below.
Thank you for watching, and may we kindly ask you to please like and subscribe.